It was a really emotional day. I went into the day feeling like we've got this, no problem. Didn't feel a lot of stress at all. Given the landscape, I probably should have. And then when the race started, things started to unravel pretty quick.
This is it. One race to decide a championship. Who's it going to be? Will it be Jimmie Johnson or will it be Brad Keselowski?
Car wasn't very fast. Didn't have a lot of speed, which was really surprising because, you know, the 9 races prior, we were a contender to win every one of them. So this was really the first race where we're like, we don't have the speed.
Tell her what position I'm in. P23.
We were in danger of not winning the championship. Jimmie Johnson was starting to get to a spot where he could lead the race. We had fallen back to somewhere in the teens. We had a small points cushion, but not that big a points cushion. And then something happened to Jimmie Johnson.
Man, I think I'm getting smoke in the cockpit here. Yeah, I think I smell oil smoke, boys.
There may be a problem with Jimmie Johnson.
Ooh, something really, really big happened. All right, let's push her back there.
And apparently they are done. And the championship for 2012 will not go to Jimmie Johnson.
I remember my spotter coming over the radio and saying, hey, just so you know, Jimmie fell out of the race. Like, all you have to do is just finish the day.
Real big picture here. The 48's gone back to the garage. Something broke.
I remember him coming over the radio and saying that and not knowing how to take it. There was part of me that was relieved. There was part of me that was actually really disappointed. Like, because I wanted to beat Jimmie and not have any of those other pieces. And I remember running the last 50 to 100 laps as hard as I could.
Get one more spot. You and I are thinking a lot alike, bud.
I wanted to finish high enough to where if Jimmie Johnson won the race, he still wouldn't have beat me, even though he was out of the race. But I wanted to finish high enough to where if Jimmie Johnson won the race, he still didn't beat me on points.
Still inside. Come on here, bud. There it is, P15. P15 right now.
I passed the last car, I think, with 10, 15 laps to go in the race to make sure that wasn't the case. And just went, now this won't be over my head for the rest of my life. And I remember being relieved, not when Jimmie Johnson fell out of the race, but I was relieved when I passed the car to make sure that if he had still been in the race, it wouldn't have mattered.
Brad Keselowski is our champ.
Let me introduce you to your 2012 Sprint Cup champion right here, guys.